My plea to you, that your eyes may open and see. Isaiah 65, starting at verse 1. I have let myself be inquired of, not by those who asked. I was found, and not by those who sought me. I said, here I am, to a nation not calling on my name. I have held out my hands all day long to a stubborn people who walk in a way that is not good after their own thoughts. The people who provoke me continually to my face, who slaughter in the gardens and burn incense on the slaughtered places of brick, who sit among the burial sites and spend the night in secret places, who eat the flesh of pigs, and the broth of unclean meat is in their pots, who say, keep to yourself, do not come near me, for I am set apart to you. These are smoke in my nostrils, a fire that burns all day. See, it is written before me, I am not silent, but shall repay, and I shall repay into their bosom your crookedness and the crookedness of your fathers together, says Yah, who burned incense on the mountains and reproached me on the hills, and I shall measure their former work into their bosom. Isaiah 66, starting at verse 12. For thus said Yah, see, I am extending peace to her like a river, and esteem of the nations like a flowing stream. And you shall feed, you shall be carried on the side, and be fondled on her knees. As one whom his mother comforts, so I comfort you. And in Jerusalem you are comforted. And you shall see, and your heart shall rejoice, and your bones flourish as a tender grass. And the hand of Yah shall be known to his servants, and his displeasure to his enemies. For look, Yah comes with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, rendering his displeasure with burning, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword Yah shall judge all flesh, and the slain of Yah shall be many, those who set themselves apart and cleanse themselves at the gardens after one in the midst, eating flesh of pigs, and the abomination and the mouse are snatched away together, declares Yah. I want you to go head on over to Leviticus 11 and study it. It's important. Head on over to Galatians 5, starting at verse 19. And the works of the flesh are well known, which are these: adultery, whoring, uncleanness, indecency, idolatry, drug sorcery, hatred, quarrels, jealousies, fits of rage, selfish ambitions, dissensions, factions, envy, murderers, drunkenness, wild parties, and alike, of which I forewarn you, even as I also said before, that those who practice such as these shall not inherit the reign of Elohim. 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 8. In a flaming fire taking vengeance on those who do not know Elohim and on those who do not obey. Now, don't forget about Isaiah 66, verse 15. What was it talking about? Head on over to Deuteronomy 18, starting at verse 18. And I shall raise up for them a prophet like you out of the midst of their brothers, and I shall put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak to them all that I command him. And it shall be, the man who does not listen to my words which he speaks in my name, I require it of him. Think about it. That would be our Messiah he's speaking of here. Go over to John 6, verse 38. Because I have come down out of heaven, not to do my own desire, but the desire of him who sent me. John 5, starting at verse 45. Do not think I shall accuse you to the Father. There is one who accuses you, Moses, in whom you have set your expectation. For if you believed Moses, you would have believed me, since he wrote about me. But if you do not believe his writings, how shall you believe my words? Head on over to 1 Peter 4:17. Because it is time for judgment. It's at our door, people. To begin from the house of Elohim, and firstly from us. What is the end of those who do not obey the good news of Elohim? Ephesians 5:5-6. For this you know, that no one who whores, nor unclean, nor one greedy of gain, who is an idolater, has any inheritance in the reign of the Messiah and the Elohim. Let no one deceive you with empty words, for because of these the wrath of Elohim comes upon the sons of disobedience. Jeremiah 17:10. I, Yah, search the heart. I try the kidneys. Malachi 3:6. For I am Yah, I shall not change. And Hebrews 3, starting at verse 18. And to whom did he swear that they would not enter into his rest, but to those who did not obey? So we see that they were unable to enter in because of unbelief. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. We must repent and turn back to the Father's laws, because they've always been required. They never went anywhere. Do not be deceived by man.